Hey everyone, Tim Schofield here, and today we're going to be talking about these two flagship phones right here, the Huawei Mate 20 and Mate 20 Pro, and the top 6 features you need to know about these two phones. Currently, just going to spend the day wandering around Chicago. We're at Navy Pier right now. We're just going to head around the city, do a lot of fun things, check things out, and talk about the different features on these two phones. Let's get started. Also have to give a huge shout out to Huawei for sponsoring this video and making it all possible. So the first feature I'd like to talk about is one of my favorites, and that is the Leica triple camera system on both of these phones. So their 3 lenses are pretty much my perfect combination of lenses. It's just the standard wide angle lens. You have a telephoto lens for zooming and an ultra wide angle lens. And honestly, you can get such cool pictures with ultra wide angle lenses. You can use them in so many different scenarios. And of course, telephoto lenses too. This is a prime example of when both of those come in handy. So we're gonna take some pictures, and I'm gonna be using these cameras throughout the entire video to be shooting different shots, taking pictures. So I will actually post some of them throughout this whole video, but definitely one of the top features is that triple camera system. And the camera also has AI baked in, so you'll see it recognizes there's blue sky. Also says, hey, maybe try out the ultra wide angle lens because you can add a lot more into the shot and just a lot cooler of a picture too. So you can snap that shot. Of course, you can just tap down here to go back to the regular wide angle lens, but a lot of customization and options with that AI. And that AI recognizes a lot, including flowers, landscapes, food, pets, and a lot more. Here are just some of the shots I've taken so far from that Navy Pier Ferris wheel and inside Navy Pier. And the next feature I'd like to talk about right in front of the Maggie Daley skating rink is the design and build quality overall of both of these phones. So starting with the back, first of all, they have the iconic square look to their camera system, which is just completely unique and not something you see in any other phone. And of course, got to talk about the displays on both the phones. The Mate 20 Pro has the curved sides to it, which gives you the feel of the content just spilling off the display. And on the Mate 20, you have that water drop look with the front-facing camera, which gives you that bezel-less design, giving you a full display feel. And of course, just want to talk about how premium these devices feel. Even when you look at them, they're clearly flagship phones. When you're holding them in your hands, they just have that real top quality feel to them. And yes, it's the holiday season, so want to make a pit stop at the Christkindl Market, which they have in Chicago every single year. Just a great place to get some authentic German food. You can get some hot chocolate, you get some custom mugs as well. Really cool atmosphere, just a great place to visit. Next on our Chicago adventure is the Sears Tower, officially known as the Willis Tower. However, nobody in Chicago actually calls it that. We're heading up all the way to the 103rd floor where there's really great skyline views, which of course offers a lot of options for taking pictures. It's just beautiful. Here's also a video that I took with the Mate 20 Pro. Turned out really good. Very happy with it, especially through the glass. Of course, you have to deal with reflection, all of that, and just some other pictures that were taken with these phones. It was a great time up there. Highly recommend going up there if you do ever visit Chicago. They even have a spot where there's a glass floor, and you could just look straight down. It's a little scary, but you can really look straight down, and you can get some cool shots as well. We're both pretty hungry, so we're gonna hop on the L and go get some food. And this brings us to our next feature you need to know about these phones, is they both have flagship performance because they both have the first 7nm mobile AI chipset inside. And honestly, both these phones handle whatever I throw at them while sitting on the L doing some high-end gaming, watching YouTube videos, or even just scrolling through timelines, doing some multitasking, maybe responding to some emails. You can expect it to be completely fast and smooth throughout the entire time you're using the phone, which makes for a great experience because of course these games are loading up fast. You can swap back and forth between messaging and gaming very quickly. The next feature is the great security both these phones offer when it comes to securing your devices and unlocking your phone. The Mate 20 has a rear fingerprint scanner, very quick and accurate, and the Mate 20 Pro has Face ID for facial unlocking, which is great, I might add, while wearing gloves to unlock your phone. But The Mate 20 Pro also has a fingerprint scanner. You just can't see it because it is baked into that display. It's an in-display fingerprint scanner. The rear fingerprint on the Mate 20 is great. When you are pulling your phone out of your pocket, you can just rest your finger on that fingerprint scanner and have it unlocked and ready to go as you raise it up to your face. And the next feature that you need to know about with both of these flagships is the customizations and gestures that they both include. And this is courtesy of EMUI 9.0 on top of the latest Android 9. Now, Huawei, being the second largest smartphone maker in the world, has chosen EMUI, and it really does add a lot of functional customizations. My favorite one being the knuckle gestures, and low-key, these are probably some of my favorite gesture capabilities that you have while using a phone. So what are these knuckle gestures? Essentially, the phone recognizes when you're using the phone with your knuckle as opposed to your fingertip. You can do things such as drawing a circle on the screen will actually take a cutout of that specific circle and turn it into a screenshot. You can double tap with your knuckle to take a quick screenshot. I use that one all the time. You can also customize specific letters that you draw with your knuckle to open up specific apps, which makes for very quick multitasking, swapping back and forth between apps. And then if you'd like two apps open at the same time, you can actually draw a line on the middle of the screen and it will enter split screen mode to open up two apps at once. Also, with EMUI and Android 9, you have the option for gesture navigation, which, as you can see, bumps down those buttons. So if you swipe up, you go all the way home. You have a couple options. If you swipe up and pause, we'll take you to all of those recent apps. And then if you go ahead and swipe from the left or right, it will actually go back. And you can swipe from either side to go back, which is nice in case you're holding with your right or left hand. And don't worry, with these gestures, you do not lose the Google Assistant, which is a nice addition. You either swipe up from the bottom left or bottom right-hand corner, and it will go ahead and activate the Google Assistant. EMUI 9.0 also allows for a lot of customizations when it comes to themes. They offer a lot of different wallpapers, theme options, so you can change your icons on the fly, just about any sort of customization you can imagine. Also, you can darken the interface colors, which turns in system-wide dark mode on, which I know everyone loves, and just about nobody includes it, but Huawei actually includes it with the EMUI skin. So we made it to our stop, just getting a quick video shot of the incoming train before we head to get some dinner. And another great feature that's added to this phone has to do with your hands, glove mode. Now, it's really cold in Chicago right now. Always wearing gloves when you're walking around, and of course you want to use your phone. So while you're walking down the street, you want to keep your gloves on, keep those hands warm. You can flip that glove mode on and start using the phone with your gloves on. It's really handy whether you're looking at maps or you're just scrolling through your timeline feeds in the alley. You want to keep your hands warm. Works well too. We are here at Luminati's. We're about to go snag some authentic Chicago deep dish pizza. I'm pretty excited. So let's go ahead and head on in. The next feature you need to know about is something that's not necessarily flashy, but everybody wants it, and that's great battery life. The Mate 20 has a 4,000 milliamp hour battery, Mate 20 Pro 4,200 milliamp hour battery, and both of these phones can get me through a full day easily, and then some. Even the next day I can have a little bit battery left over if I forget to charge it, and even if I forget to charge it, it's really not that big of a deal because Huawei has their supercharge, so charging is extremely quick when you plug it in. The Mate 20 Pro does have wireless charging, but it also has a really special feature, and that is reverse wireless charging, and it really does turn heads. So let's say, for example, you're out to eat and your buddy's phone needs a charge. All you really have to do is flip your phone over, set your buddy's phone on top of it, and it begins to charge their phone. We are in the car, headed home after our Chicago adventure. Of course, just scrolling through on my phone. I really don't have to worry about battery life. I've got plenty to spare after a full day in Chicago. Also, would like to make another shout out. Like I said at the beginning of the video, my favorite feature is that triple camera system. It really takes some great shots, very versatile with that ultra wide lens and telephoto lens. I just want to post some pictures now just from the day, recapping everything. Of course, worth mentioning, it does have a night mode option, which takes a long exposure shot, which helps in lower light scenarios. But overall, just some of the shots that you really got are fantastic. Definitely worth mentioning. I highly recommend visiting Chicago, by the way. Let me know if you do end up visiting Chicago. Maybe send me some of the pictures that you took. But overall, huge shout out to Huawei. Again, Mate 20, Mate 20 Pro video. Those are my top 6 features, the features you need to know about these phones. Hopefully you enjoyed the video, kind of the vlog style. If you did, click that thumbs up, drop a comment, let me know what you thought. And as always, guys, thank you very much for watching.